Alana Coleman here on behalf of Forest Hill Chase with senior coach Brett Shoulders. So Brett, it was a bit of a tight start to that game. Probably didn't play as well as what you would have wanted to, but after that it seems like they did play a lot better. But without doubt, Wanting really come to play today.
Yeah, look, they're a much improved side. I said to the boys before the start of the game, don't be complacent, that they'll come out and they'll have a go, and we knew they had some better players. I mean, they had two of their best forwards out as well for a start. And yeah, we got what we expected in the first quarter, and then the quarter time we just had to reassess and we just had to win the ball. We weren't winning enough ball, simple as that.
There were some significant goal kickers today. So Matt Carnelli kicked 7 and I think Jake Rowe kicked 3. How did you rate the forward line structure today?
Yeah, it was good. Well, obviously, we lost Aaron Henneman before the game. We didn't have Wilbur to rotate down there as well today, and I thought Nolts was probably held early in the first quarter, which was by their big bloke down there who just sort of tagged and ran with him. So outside that, look at the balances. We're starting to get the balance now with a couple of smalls. Rowie and Chris Davies really helped down there, and Jack Wensley we couldn't get there today because we needed him down back with injuries. The balance was good, and obviously Matt Carnelli came in and took his chance.
So obviously there's quite a few injuries to your senior players at the moment. Do you want to talk us through when some of those guys might be expected to return?
Yeah, look, unfortunately we've had a shocking run with injuries. We haven't got any muscle injuries. They're all either appendix or broken bones. Hillsy's fractured his shoulder today, so he'll be out for 6 or 8 weeks. Holdsy's probably 6 weeks away. Tommy Denham's probably another 2 or 3. Roller should come back next week, Mark Shoulders, and hopefully Will and Aaron Henneman was only sick today, so he should come back as well next week with a bit of luck. So yeah, look, it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, all the injuries have been long-term broken bone stuff, so which is not much you can do about. We try and manage for the muscles, and then outside that, it's just the team coming together, which is probably, look, we're 5-1, but we don't think we've played particularly well at this stage. But we're still 5-1, and we've got a lot of improvement, and the injuries don't help that. The boys just got to come together, and that's happening slowly. So, yeah, we're getting there.
I suppose the difference between last season and this season is that you've been able to cover those injuries really well, and it hasn't seemed to impact the side as much as, say, what it did last season. Still being 5-1 with all those significant injuries, there's been some guys that have come up and really played well. So is there any in particular that you've been really happy with that have come into the side over the past few weeks?
I think Rowie was great against Warrandyte and let himself down last week, which we spoke about during the week. And then today he responded again, which was good in a big game when we needed him to play. Obviously Hammer to come back in after being dropped for 2 weeks, come in and kick 7, as he did today, was fantastic. Chopper and Fur, what we've had to do, we just had to shut down on ball. Unfortunately, our whole injuries is most of our on-ball unit. And we've just had to shut down and ask players to play defensive roles. The back line's been fantastic, as they always are. They're always fantastic, of course. And the forward line, once we got Chrissy Davies and Rowie back in, giving us a bit of balance. Obviously, Nolt's back after he missed the first 2 weeks. Britt's missed the first 2 weeks. So we've got a lot of blokes who are just really only 3 or 4 games into the season together. So it's just taken a while to come together.
It definitely looks like that forward line is functioning much better now. There seems to be a lot more space. There tends to be a lot more leads that are looking like there's some purpose there, or they're trying to clear out of the way for the other forwards to get in. So I suppose that is a time thing. Is that something that you've really tried to manage, being that you have got some really big key forwards in there, and early on you didn't have those smaller forwards in there? So I suppose you're probably really looking forward to that over the next few weeks to see if they can all gel as a forward unit and as a forward team and just keep that really open and free. Is that something that you've been working on and something you're looking to keep working on over the next few weeks?
That's a long question. But yeah, no, exactly right. It's a good point. We once we got Nolts back round 3, and then obviously, but unfortunately, then Hammer dropped out of form, so he got dropped. Then Heno's out today, sick. So it has just been getting some consistency, and it's getting there, and they're actually starting to work. Sugar hasn't probably kicked the goals he has last this year compared to last year, but his last 2 weeks has just been fantastic team play, like blocks, and they're just starting to work together, and it just takes a while for them to get to know each other, and they're just starting to get it now. Ray Laws, last couple of weeks just does that bulk grunt defensive work. We dropped him early, and then you sort of realise that we're missing just that forever presence of just grunt work he does across half forward, which we know we need someone to do that to allow Nolts and these blokes to play their running half forward game. So yeah, the balance is coming, it's good. And then obviously Crosser, we've moved on the ball today and was fantastic again, so yeah, it's good, we're coming there.
There's a few skill errors today, particularly through, I suppose, that transition play where we've tried to cross over the other side of the field and it's just been turned over. It's kind of opened you up for some heavy scoring against you. Is that something that you've encouraged them to do, or is it more that you want them to look down the line and play a bit more direct? So what's your message, and have they been doing it, or is it something against your message, I suppose I'm trying to ask there?
No, look, we do want them to switch, but problem is if they don't kick it properly, they don't kick it properly. There's not much in it. As you said, you get turned over, and especially on this ground, on a smaller ground, you get killed on the turnovers. But if we don't keep trying it, we end up just a down the line basic 4th division club, and we're too easy to stop. Just, as you know, they just stack numbers down the line, which most teams are already putting 2 or 3 loose back in our forward line to try and stop our big forwards. So you have to try and switch and come across the other side of the ground. We just got to get better at skills. That's what it is, unfortunately. And if I tell the boys to stop trying it, we won't get any better, and we'll end up, straight down the line, which is great. It'll get us in the finals, but I don't think it's going to get us over the top team. So it's something we've just got to keep persevering at.
And lastly, looking forward to next week, do you expect that there'll be many changes, or do you think the side will stay the same? Obviously, the reserves had a really strong win this afternoon as well. What's your message through the week? What are you going to be working on with the guys? What's your major focus between now and next Saturday?
Obviously, we go back to a big ground. I think Kilsyth, is it?
Yeah.
Kilsyth next week at Kilsyth, which is a big ground. So we need. We're slow. We're just slow on ball at the moment and through our wings, unfortunately. So we need to get some run into the team. We haven't had it. Hopefully, I'll have a look at the twos video today. I watched the first half and saw some of our younger blokes with some good run. We might be able to get a few of them. We've got Aaron Henneman, Will Stoneham, and Roller. Mark Shoulders be up for selection again. So we'll see how they go during the week. Or we've lost Hilsey now with a broken shoulder, and Matt Fleming rolled his ankle, so I don't know how bad that is yet. And then we found over the last few weeks that when we think we haven't got any injuries, Monday, Tuesday, we find blokes that have got injuries, broken fingers, like Will this week was right until Thursday until he realised he had a broken finger. So, we'll just have to wait and see how we go. But hopefully I'll have a look at the video, and some of those young kids like Dino and Wally and all those blokes gave us some good run, and we can get them up next week.
Excellent. Thanks for your time, and good luck next week.